Welcome, by choice, lucky students of this glorious Sanatana Dharma Shastra, Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayam, and also the other texts we are studying throughout the day. Keep it up is a request, suggestion. Never give up Shastras which inform and inspire us to be on the path ultimate. We are studying here Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayam, third Utpatthi Prakranam, Leelopakhyanam. Bhagavan Vasishtha is doing the description of VICHITRA Brahmanda to Bhagavan Rama, which is being seen by Leela and Saraswati Mata. So they should give once for all a picture to us that like this earth, so many Brahmandas are there in the Ananta Akash. Bhuta में भूत सूक्ष्म स्थूल ब्रह्मांडास चित्त आकाश the chitta brahmandas, both of them are there in the Chidakash. In another language में every atom is a brahmanda within itself also, the unseeable by the naked eye, even microscope, or the phenomena that are happening. This is the first thing, that the expanse of universe. Second, we can have our own choice of going to those brahmandas as a visitor like Leela, or we can be residents also there if you want. But third one, with all the glorious descriptions of every of the Brahmanda, the Loka, yet all of them are ephemeral, limited, and full. So, what's the use of going there? Therefore, even the Paramatma who is capable of taking us to those Brahmandas, who is capable of even making us the Adhisthana of any of the Brahmanda, like Brahmadeva, we should tell first him, we should ask him first, O Lord, first let me realize my oneness with the Chidakasha, my oneness with that Pratyak Bodha Rupa Atma Vastu, with that Sat Chit Ananda Brahma. First you give that, बाकी बाद में देखेंगे. For having this type of thinking, understanding, and choice, that in all our Puranas, Aneka Brahmanda, Aneka Loka, Varnanas are given, by which we get Vairagya. Iha para lokeshu icha rahityam. Iha mutrartha phala bhoga viragaha. Tat vairagyam jihasaya darshana shravanadivihi dehadi brahma paryante anitye bhoga vastuni. Dehadi brahma paryanta. Anitya bhoga vastus, vairagya for them, to generate it. Thereby our all abilities are focused only in realizing the self, that these topics are revealed. They are revealed all the time. Nothing new. But then new to us because we never got exposed to it. We are lost in something. It's not that we are studying Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana. Now, therefore, this text is there. No, this text is there from Treta Yuga. After that came Dwapara, even this Kali. But we never studied it. And in this text, since then, from by Vasishtha to Rama, all this knowledge is revealed. You know, people get sometimes listening to Gita Upanishad, so much surprise, and they appreciate the speaker like anything. Oh, क्या आपने बताया, मुझको भी नहीं पता था. अरे बुद्धू, when did you study Gita? And all? They're always there. You never studied. So we are now getting chance to study. Through that, we are going to get the description of Chitra Vichitra Brahmandas, where in the Bhutakasha, Bhuta Brahmanda, In the Chittakasha, Sukshma Chitta Brahmandas. In the Chidakasha, both of them. Chidakasha is one homogeneous thing. So, as a Jiva, we can go to all of them. And in one of the sentences in today's topic, we will see each one according to their own kalpana either can go to that loka which is already existing, or he can one create or get created one loka for himself. Like na, like you want a type of house to stay. If that house is already there, you buy it, stay there. Otherwise, you put your money and you construct it like that. So, an individual I, or mutual you and I, or a group of us, 10 of us, whatever the way we together plan, that type of building or apartments, don't we construct? Like the builders are building the apartments of 100 stories or 70 stories with having 10,000 houses. Who gave the idea to that builder? That the cumulative idea of those 10,000 people who wanted to have that type of apartment with all securities and facilities. So to the Anantakoti Brahmandas, each of them, are because of either individual jiva, like the head of that, he conceives it, like minded people join, or the individuals cumulatively, they plan for it, such Brahmanda is created. Then, if they want, a leader is made. If not, no leader is there, they themselves. There are apartments with the committees, with the president, secretary. There are so many apartments. All of them put together work, there is no committee. And that's how we are going to see the Vichitrata of the Brahmandas in this Sarga. Vichitra, Brahmanda, Varnanam. Each Brahmanda is different from the other. That's the meaning of Vichitrata. Vichitra means variety, various. Each of them different from the other. No, not necessary same. Like every country is different, every state in a country is different, every district is different, every road, every lane, every गली कोई एक ही तरह है क्या? नहीं है ना, उसी तरह. So hope you got an idea of the title of the sarga and the content. Yesterday we saw 1, 2, 3, 4 mantras out of 34. Let us see how many we can study today. Om, Om, Om. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Om Sharashibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Om Yairime Gurumihi Purvam पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः सच्छास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि समस्त उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणादि शास्त्राणाम आचार्येभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम तत्रोक्त ऋषि मुनि गुरु देवता दर्शनानुग्रहण व प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि रचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मुक्त्यर्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाधारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं भैरविगलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने विचित्र ब्रह्मांड वर्णनं नाम 33 सर्गः। श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच। So both of them from that Brahmana Gruha in that Akasha they took off. Then they flew, went. Then they went up to the Brahmanda also. Then Brahmanda Kudya they crossed. Then all the Pancha Mahabhuta Mandalas they crossed. Bhumandala anyway crossed. Then the Jala, Agni, Vayu, Akasha Mandala. Then they further went, crossing so many. At one point, Leela stopped and looked back. Pitch darkness, everything. Where is sun and moon? She asked. Sarasmata said, they are now like the Khadyota in the well, in this well of infinite Akash. You can't even see them. So much distance you and I have covered. Okay, then what will be there further? Leela asked. Further will be the Maha Chidakasha, where Anantakoti Brahmandas can be visualized. One Brahmanda you crossed. So it's all like zooming effect. जूम करते गए तो छोटा बड़ा दिखा, अपोजिट जूम करते गए बड़ा छोटा दिखा और उसके इर्द गिर्द वाले में सब दिखने लगते हैं, like that. Ha! In this 14th, sorry, 30th Sarga, that Aneka Brahmandas are Varnita. So far, Varnita was one Brahman. Like that are Aneka Vichitra. So, this 30th Sarga started with Vasishthaji saying, कि पृथिवी अप तेजसाम तत्र नमस्वन नमसोरपि यथा उत्तरम दशगुणान अतीत्य आवरणान क्षणात्. In a moment's time, they crossed all the avaranas, which once were 10 times bigger than the earlier one. Then Dadarsha, having gone beyond all of that, they saw what? Parama Akasham, the supreme Akasha. You can call it as Chidakasha only. How big is that, sir? Pramana Vivarjitam. Infinite it is. It cannot be measured. There is no measurement to it. Tatha tatam jagad idam yatha tatra andamatrakam. So this entire Brahmanda was like a micro thing only in that Parama Akash. Is that this is the only Brahmanda that's there? No, no, no. Tadrusha avaranan sargan brahmandeshu dadarshasa. So Leela saw, as shown by Mother Saraswati, there are so many Brahmandas which are outside it having these type of avaranas. Like this Brahmanda has the Jala, Agni, Vayu, Akasha, avaranas around it. One set, usko aise manoge. Has many Brahmandeshu Tadrusha Avaranan Sargan. Outside Avarana, inside the Sarga means the Brahmanda, and in the Brahmanda, Jiva Koti. Sadadarsha. How many? She saw them. Kotishaha. Spuritan. Spurit ho rahe hain in that Vyoma, in that Paramakash. How? Trasarenu niva atape. Like the trasarenus, the dust particles in that sunlight coming from the window. Like those dust particles, trasarenus, in that Mahakasha, so many Brahmandas, the lokas inside and avaranas outside, she saw, which are Trasarenu Kitara. So the total picture now is this one shloka, which we explained yesterday, and we said today also we will see. And we also said if I am able to communicate it, it is I understood it. And if you are able to catch it, you also are subtle in your understanding. What is the shloka? Mahakasha Mahambodhau Mahashunyatva Varini Mahachidrava Bhavothan Budbudan Arbuda Prabhan. These Brahmandas are Arbuda Pramana, means uncountable in Sankhya. How many Brahmandas? Ananta Koti. Each one of them are now, for our understanding explanation, said as what? Comparatively, Budbudan. They are like bubbles. Naturally, bubbles are in the waters. Waters are in the ocean. So, what is the ocean? What are the waters? And in that water, these are the bubble like Arbuda Sankhya mein, the Brahmandas. So, the Samudra is Maha Akasha Maha Ambodhi. The Maha Akasha is that infinite Siddhakasha only. Is Maha Ambodhi is the huge infinite ocean, Aisa Mano. And in the ocean, water is there. Mahashunyatva Varini. The Mahashunyatva Vari is the Narayana. The Mahamaya Shakti only we can consider. Mahashunyatva Varini. Mahachit Drava Bhavottan. And in that, the pure consciousness reflected called Mahachit. That is the water. Drava Utthan. Then when that Drava Spandana happens, then the bubbles are made. In the same way, in that Paramatma, infinite, is Maya Shakti. In that Maya Shakti reflected the Ishvara Shakti. That Ishvara Shakti, which is Chaitanya Swarupa, with the Shakti with it, that Chaitanya Paramatma, giving instigation or chavi to that Shakti. Then from that Shakti, which is now like the water of the ocean, Ananta Koti Brahmandas, like the bubbles are getting projected. So these Brahmandas are all bubbles in the water of that Maya Shakti of that Ishvara, who is without Maya Mahakasha Chidrupa, with Maya is Ishvara. Ananta Koti Brahmandas. So Mahakasha Maha Ambodhau, Mahashunyatva Varini, Mahachit Drava Bhava Utthan. Chit Drava ante means the waters moving, therefore taking the shape of bubbles. Budvudana Arbuda Prabhan. Okay. Now from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, from some next to 15, 20 slokas, whole sarga. The possible Varnana of these Brahmandas, Mother Saraswati or Vaashishtha ji is telling to Rama. One by one, let us see. First, Kanschidapatato Kanschitcho Parigachatah Kanschittiryaгаtinanyan Stitan Stabdhan Swasamvida. So, Kanschit Apatata Adastat. Out of so many those Brahmandas, many of them are falling down. नीचे गिर रहे हैं. अधस्तात आपततः. They are falling down. नीचे गिर रहे हैं. Kanschitcha upari gacchataha. Some of the Brahmandas are going up and up and up, rising up. So some are going down, some are going up. Second. Third, Kanschit tiryagatin. Some are tiryagata, traveling horizontally. So going up some, going down some, moving horizontally are some of the Buddha type, these Brahmandas. How many we don't know, but many. Finally, Anyan Stitan, Stabdhan. And many Brahmandas are ऊपर नहीं जा रहे, नीचे नहीं जा रहे, दाएं बाएं भी नहीं जा रहे, स्तब्ध, stationed only at one place. Okay, now, how all this is happening? Only one word Vasishthaji uses and goes ahead. Either skipping the topic, doesn't want to explain it right now, maybe he'll explain it later on, or he might have thought we may not be able to comprehend. So the word used by him is Swasamvida. Swasamvid. Samvid means generally the Chaitanya Paramatma. You can call it as the conditioned consciousness. है ना? Swasamvid. Therefore, what is Swasamvid? Each of these Brahmanda has its own Samvid. As destined by or ordained by, ordered by. That Samvid in that Brahmanda, either is going up or going down or going left or going right, or it is stationary. So that whole Brahmanda consciousness. Therefore, you can assess the whole Brahmanda identified the Brahmanda Purusha. And he in that Brahmanda has got millions, trillions of jivas. And the cumulative outcome of the samvid of all the jivas, which is the samvid of that Brahmanda Purusha. So the entire samvid of them is of that type which necessitates that entire Brahmanda to go up, it will go up. To go down, it will go down. If it is a Tiryak movement, it will go. If the entire samvid of the Brahmanda with that Brahmanda Jivas is to be of Stabdhata, they stationed their own. Difficult to understand? No. Like the samvid of 280 passengers along with the pilot. Conscious. What is it? We have to take off because they are at the landing position. When they have all put together, the samvit of we have to take off into the sky, 3300 feet, 1000 feet, that means 11 kilometers. Is not the flight called as Brahmanda, going up, going up. At the same time, in the same space, somewhere in some of the airport, the flight has to land now. So the entire crew, the pilots, as well as the passengers. What is the total sum with? We have to come down and land, no? So accordingly, the flight is landing. At the very same time, there are many, many flights who are going from the west to east, who are going to east to west, depending on the summit of them. Tiriyak means horizontally. Some are going from here to there. If some flight is going from Hyderabad to Delhi, same time some is coming from there to here. No, Tiriyak bhi ho gaya. Now only one thing, even the stationary. The stabda is the helicopters. Wherein that Mukhyamantri or somebody wants to take the aerial view of whatever the confusions he has created or the floods have created. Near that particular place, the flight will be loitering or hovering around that place, no? The helicopters mainly. Nowadays, though, mobile cars or flying cars, all of them are coming. You can see that. You may see after some 30 odd years, like when you go to the oceans like Dwaraka, Medar, boating is there. When you are traveling the boat, simultaneously other boats will come which will sell the eatables to you. You may see the flights selling मूंगफली and पकोड़े. होगा, फ्यूलिंग तो हो ही रहा है अभी. So you understood, thanks to the aviation, helicopters and all, or flights, it gave me an easy example to communicate to you. Main thing to be communicated is swasambhit, according to the conscience of the total. Flight example I gave, you can take every transport example. Only thing is they go to go up and down. They only go the flight if they are trains. They're moving from there to here, here to there. Trains kaho like the morning time of देखो. All the transports from the residential area toward the office areas एक लगे कतार में जाते रहते. So much traffic jam. And the opposite direction absolutely no traffic. And शाम को देखो तो from the offices to the houses, all the roads are jammed. And going to the office, nobody's there. So that is Swasamvit, total Samvit, isn't it? So everything a function. So slowly people start joining. Pack ho gaya pura, function goes on for 4 hours. It's over. Then each one Samvit takes them to their respective place. So here also, the Brahmandas, the total Brahmanda Purusha, and the Jivas in that. Whatever the cumulative total samvid is there, accordingly, the Brahmandas are going up or down or baya or daye or stationed. Okay. Then this up and down, Rama will ask anyway the question. Vasishtha ji is going to answer. But for our understanding, up and down, simple common sense to hai hai na humko. Up means rising in the quality. Down means falling down in the quality. Left and right means what do you call? In one quality only, modifications, changes. Stationed at one place is what? जैसे थे वैसे ही बस. Now the cumulative change is not happening. Like in the world's parallels also, you can see some countries rising in their economy. Some are falling. Some are in some places they are rising, another they are down. Some things are countries are just like that from maybe 100 to 100 years. ऐसे ही रहते. You can see countries rise. In the country, particular things also. It can be literature, it can be gross GDP, it can be health facilities or other amenities. Whatever it may be, हर एक देश में एक एक चीज, हर एक चीज हर एक देश में अलग अलग, isn't it? And that's how if you listen to all prime ministers of the world, they talk. Each one will say their country is great in something or other. Other countries also have that, but not like that. Like today, I was listening to the France PM's address, who is there in India, and also listening to the Israel PM's exciting address because our PM is going there after 3 days. I don't know to do what. And this man who came France, we know for what purpose. The raffle deals and all that. Oh, beautiful it is. Though 10 years late, but at least now they are slowly uh, patching up the mistake done that time. If it wasn't 10 years back, the entire raffle factories would have been in India only by now. अब देखो जो हो रहा है. So you can see that man of Marconi, whatever his name, friend, he was saying our countries, even that Israel wala, something he is saying. So we say our country is rich in so many things, culture, tradition and all. तो each one is up and down. कोई और एक प्रोडक्ट में ज्यादा आगे बढ़ रहे, कोई छोटे में. And there are some countries which cannot give all that, but something still they give, and they give all these what do you call the addictive drugs, etc. They are masters in supplying that. अदरवाइज उसमें तरक्की नहीं है, बट उनका वो धंधा है, अब करे क्या. आई एम जस्ट सेइंग एन एग्जांपल ऑफ वशिष्ठ जी सेइंग सो मेनी ब्रह्मांडास, कोई ऊपर कोई नीचे, कोई काव्य और सज्जे, कोई स्टेशनरी. ओके. कांचित् आपततो अधस्तात्, कांचित् च उपरि गच्छतः, कांचित् तिर्यगतीन्, अन्यान् स्थितान् स्तब्धान् ससंविदा. You know, अन्यान् स्तब्धता स्थितान् means they're all in a routine way, not thinking anything creative. जैसे है वैसे. Like countries like India, for thousands of years they just were there only. जैसे थे बस. Same farming, same bullock carts, same mud pots made, same type of clothing, same type of food. Isn't it? Suddenly the science technology entered, then we also, ऊपर नीचे बाएं दाएं, started developing. Right? Next. यत्र यत्रोदिता संवित येषां येषां यथा यथा तत्र तत्रोदितं रूपं तेषां तेषां तथा तथा. One of the most powerful thing to discuss. Okay, as an individual jiva, as we just now said 10 minutes back, or a group of jivas, or the total group jivas headed by one head, where all of them are tuned to him, surrendered to him, or he is elected by them, but he is also under their guidance. हर तरह का होता है. So individual or total, yatra yatra, wherever udita samvita, the conscience is developed, yesham yesham, of whomever, yatha yatha, as it is, as it is. So an individual or total, whatever is, the conscience is rising. Tatra tatra, there, in that infinite Chidakasha only, uditam rupam, that particular Brahmanda with all its contents, uditam rupam, is projected, tesham, for their sake, tatha, as they had their samvit. Now see that, again I am saying same thing. If I am able to communicate to this to you, that means what? I am a good thinker and I have understood. So too, if you catch it, you are really breaking through so many shackles or narrownesses in the thinkings and understandings. You are expanding. That's what I already gave the example. You know, either one builder conceives an idea of in 25 acres, a big, whatever you call it, the complex, very many apartments, etc., ventures, kuch bhi kaho. Then, having made it half, he makes an advertisement about the availability and cost and all. Then the people who are tentatively wanting that type of, they apply, they join. Isn't it? Otherwise, what? That 1,000 people themselves think about having those type of stays. Somehow that group comes together. Either they only form a group of leaders or managers, and then they take the money from people, buy the land, then they construct, and the houses are allotted. होता है कि नहीं? That is the meaning of Yatra yatra udita samvit yesham yesham yatha yatha tatra tatra uditam rupam tesham tesham tatha tatha. So picturize this thing. Wherever in that infinite consciousness Chidakasha, the Brahmandas are there. That is all the samvit in those jivas or that Brahmanda Purusha. Samvit here is not pure consciousness, chitta. Chitta kalana, chitta sankalpa. Finally, everything is chitta kalana. For a mukta jnani also, for ajnani also. For the ajnani, that chitta kalana is out of ignorance and vasanas. And having created that according to chitta kalana, like a spider, he gets bound in that. Jnani be chitta kalana, but he knows. The chitta also is his own self, pure consciousness. Chitta kalpita, this entire jagat also, by substratum. Substratum wise, it is a self only. To that some rupa nama are kalpita and the play is going on in them. Vichitra. Substratum remaining same. To that some rupa nama is kalpita, not made, not created. With that kalpita rupa nama, a play is going on. A play is going on. Isn't it? Like, brother and sister, small children, 5 years, 7 years, they make a play role. Then she says, "मैं teacher बनूंगी, तुम बन student." Then she holds a danda. Then scolds that, "Why did you come late? Why didn't you do the homework?" Teacher, 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 he'll tell. Then she gives a punishment. Next day he says, "मैं sir बनूंगा, तुम student बनो." संकल्प उनका और कोई है ही नहीं वहां. The moment they thought the play role play of teacher and student, immediately, oh, if she is a teacher, उसके अंदर रुबाब आ जाता है. The dialogue comes. Then the danda she holds. Then she scolds. For some way. And the other fellow also agrees. Chalo, I am the student. I come late, you scold. Isn't it? The mock parliaments, all of that they play. Yatra yatra udita samvid, yesham yesham yatha yatha, tatra tatra uditam rupam, tesham tesham tata tata. That's how this present Brahmanda which we have, the Brahmanda Nayaka, whoever he may be, and we all jivas in us, cumulatively we have planned. That is how this Brahmanda is like that. An extension of example is from last 200, 250 years. The entire Brahmana Purusha as well as we all are conceiving of more and more physical comforts, enjoyments, etc. Therefore, the thoughts are flowing towards recognizing or inventing so many amenities, etc. through science and technology. So much mind blowing it is in one way. The way the science and technology inventing the things, वो तो महद आश्चर्य. किसके लिए? The one who is very less informed in intellect. But for the one who has read this type of books, Yoga Vaashisthas and other Puranas, and has already an idea that this type of idea that the Ishvara or the Brahmana Purushas are the Jivas. With their sankalpa, millions of things they create. When that's known, we don't have any ascharya with whatever the science is developing, including artificial intelligence. We don't get surprised. We say the original intelligence people are not using because they are stuck to the bhoga, the TV, etc. But some intelligence has to function. तो प्रभु ने कहा चल कुछ समय के लिए AI use कर. A day will come when the AI overpowers the actual intelligent people. That time suddenly he gets shaken up. अरे मेरे बिल्ली मुंह से म्याओ. Immediately throws away not only AI, every system of transport, bhoga, everything goes. Where will the whole world go back to after 200 years? The old culture of, you know, simple house, like a thatched roof huts, and staying near the rivers, and farming, and simple living. We all will go to that. Because whichever has come, it has to end. No? That's how you can see in some of the countries like Japan, more advanced, thereafter less comforts, less amenities, simplicity. In the Japan like country, every day thousands of people go to the nearby forests and spend the whole day there. Matlab, the earlier tribal culture they are adopting, no? Staying in the jungle. Some are going into the caves, some are going to the lonely place, some are fasting, some are having only three or four dresses, not more than that. Some making house very small, kitchen utensils कम से कम हो गए, खाने के खाद्य पदार्थ भी कम हो रहे हैं in those days because they have seen the peak of those things. Now after that it has to come down only like an intelligent human being, a sadhaka. At one age, he eats everything and digests. As he grows, especially spiritually, he knows anything extra eaten, it spoils the health, then I can't do sadhana. Only to survive the body, बस एक वक्त खाना, दो रोटी दाल या चाल चावल इतना ही. A highly matured sadhaka first takes care of his food. He minimizes it only for survival. So too he minimizes his contacts, his entertainments, है ना. जो निवृत्ति मार्ग में होता है बंदा, वो धीरे धीरे अकलमंद ऐसा करते रहता है. In the same way, the whole world will have become like that. So the total thought is an individual or total sum with the way it is, whole thing is made like that. Yeah. That thing, one way of happening, it is evolutionary, wherein subconsciously the thinkings work and they are connected to each other. They become a powerful force. Healthy way it happens. And wherever such things drastically people want to happen, then instead of evolution, there the revolution happens. In the revolutionary way, सबको अभी तुरंत चाहिए. Evolution में धीरे धीरे inside the minds work of each other. Like if you and that's why I do in all my 6 classes the sankalpa. The sankalpa when reaches to others, if they also appreciate, they also add their sankalpa shakti, then slowly it gathers momentum. And what's our sankalpa? Dharma moksha purusharthanam susampratishtha. Out of four purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. I mean, dharma moksha is gone, artha, kama, everybody is running behind. That is why they are destroying themselves, each other, in the entire prakriti. Instead, the only solution is what? The artha, kama should reduce. How? When the dharma, moksha, purushartha becomes more powerful. So we do sankalpa. Dharma, moksha, purusharthanam, susampartishta. We do that. So when everybody understands it slowly, dharma is the outside my duty, moksha inside my duty. When these two everybody is stuck to, where is the samsara? Where is the problem? Where is mutual destruction? Only when dharma moksha forgotten, when the artha kama becomes super important, then only mutual destruction happens. Ha. I do my dharma to you and allow you to do your moksha purushartha. You do your dharma to me and allow me for my moksha. Neither I want any artha and kama that I destroy you or disturb you, nor you have any artha kama to trouble me. That is the most beautiful universe one can imagine. So we are doing sankalpa for that. When all of us do it, then one day it will become. Just like today's Bhogadi, Prapancha is outcome of so many Manushas from last 300-400 years thinking. All of that has taken a shape. Today, whatever we are thinking, that will take shape after 100 years. है ना. वार चाहिए चाहिए तो वार होएगा, शांति चाहिए तो शांति होगा. People fed up with the wars and news and all from last 10 months or 1 year, they are just expressing the thought of shanti. Slowly, therefore, the wars for the time being are subdued. है ना. सबसे आश्चर्य की बात, that American president keeping quiet from last few days. Surprising. He's not making any instigating sentences, and because of the deal struck with Iran and all of those, you know that better than me. Isn't it? जो भी reason कुछ भी हो, but suddenly, but because all of us wanted, we are afraid. यार इतना वार तड़ोड़ वार आएगा तो सब सत्यानाश होगा. So everybody thought नहीं होना. So that affects. I am explaining you the sambit. तो यत्र यत्र उदिता संविद येषाम येषाम यथा यथा, जहां जहां जिस जिस ग्रुप और इंडिविजुअल का जिस जिस तरह का संविद या संकल्प उदित होता है, वहां वहां उस प्योर इन्फाइनाइट कॉन्शियसनेस में तत्र तत्र उदिता रूपम तेषाम तेषाम तथा, like on the earth also, wherever individual or group of people do the whatever sankalpa, that type of things come, है ना? जैसा संकल्प, if airport is thought, the airport comes up there. An industry is thought, industry comes. A residential area is thought, that comes out. निकाल के इसको जंगल बना दो, जंगल भी बनता है. जहां जहां जिसका जो संवेद है, that's what is happening, no? Here a university should come up, the university comes up. ये सेंट्रल जेल बनना है इधर, वो बनता है. ये आर्मी हेडक्वार्टर्स बने, वो बनता है उधर. इन आर्म्स एंड एम्युनिशन प्रोड्यूसिंग फैक्ट्री चाहिए, स्टोरिंग वाला, so that happens, isn't it? यहाँ मार्केट प्लेस होना है तो मार्केट प्लेस होता है, सुपर मार्केट होना वो होता है, ये बड़ा मॉल बनना है तो मॉल बनता है. जिस जिसका जहाँ संविद है वो बन रहा है कि नहीं, दसो. All Indians having gone to America, seen in India also, like this, all facilities should be there. Within 20 years, सब कुछ हो गया. अब Americans are thinking, like India, there should be temples and worship places. Temples are growing there. Then Indians go there and see, अरे हर जगह मंदिर है. Then they break them all and they make Ganpati there. नाटंकी चलता ही रहता है. सो यत्र यत्र उदिता संवित् येषाम येषाम यथा यथा तत्र तत्रोदितं रूपम तेषां तेषां तथा तथा. Okay, then now the facts are spoken. न इह एव तत्र नामोर्ध्वं नादो न च गमागमाः अन्यदेव पदं किंचित् तस्माद् देह आगमं हि तत्. But in the pure consciousness by itself, न हि एव तत्र नाम ऊर्ध्वं न अधः न च गमागमः. In the pure consciousness, the concept of above or below or in that the movement, etc., they are never there. Anyadeva pagadam kinchit. That pure state of consciousness is different from all what we said about the kalpita brahmandas and their movement. It is from the standpoint of the brahmandas, it is said, in the pure consciousness, which is infinite homogeneous, isn't it? There is no concept of upar, niche, bahe, dahe. That he says. And finally, deha agamam hi tat. The upar niche concept which I said are deha agamam. Agama means literature. Deha means from stulata standpoint. From other than pure consciousness, whatever the Brahmandas that are Kalpita, from their standpoint it is said. In the pure consciousness, the concepts of above and below, they all don't work. Right? Anyadeva padam kinchita. Tasmad deha agamam hi attat. Whatever I told you is deha agama. From the stula drushti standpoint. Okay. Finally, these Brahmandas, utpadyotpadyate tatra swayam samvit swabhavataha swasankalpaihi shamam yati bala sankalpa jalavat. So in the same way, tatra swayam samvit swabhavataha. The inexplicable swayam samvit. Individual or total thought, utpadya utpadyate tatra. In that infinite consciousness, these Brahmandas are very conspicuously seen. Therefore, they are for the practical purpose called as utpadyate. But theoretically, if you go into the deep contemplation, sankalpyate is the right word. Okay. So, sankalpyate utpadyate are same meaning from the substandum standpoint. Therefore, the rishis don't bother using whatever the word. With full faith in us that we don't again and ask same question. इसका मतलब ब्रह्मांड का उत्पत्ति हुआ क्या परमात्मा से? अरे यार कल्पित हुआ. अब कल्पित का होना, फिर why did you say उत्पत्ति? Again I get confused. अरे फर्स्ट टाइम कह दिया ना, then you should hold on to that point only. Yes, the word will come उत्पत्ति, संकल्पा. How, why I have to be conditioned by you in using of the language? Once I educated you, now it is my right to use whatever the language I want. It is your duty to understand correctly what I mean. Don't get carried away with the Vachyartha. Are you not studying Vakyavritti? Understand the Lakshyartha. So Utpadya means Kalpita. Utpadya Utpadyate Tatra Swayam Samvit Swabhavataha Swasankalpai. And then with its own Sankalpa Shamam Yati. They also get Shamita Bala Sankalpa Jalavat. Like the child does the Sankalpa and makes his own Jala. Jala means a set, something. Like Indrajala, Mahendrajala, or Antarjala. Jala means net. Antarjala means internet. He just makes something according to his thinking and he only destroys it. That's how for the children in that play items, play things में the most prevalent are these. उस बच्चे को ना वो एक डिब्बे में अलग अलग चीजें देते हैं रंग वाले ग्रीन वंस रेड वंस देन देर आर सम mold type of things are given and that stupid fellow is told ये बना वो बनाते जाता है then the guidance book is there with the things joined you can make a train you can make a job bus you can make a building तो वो संकल्प उसको देखकर वो बनाता है फिर बाद में बोर होके ही जस्ट थ्रोस so bala sankalpa jalavat sankalpita and destroyed ultimately these are all sankalpa nirmita only none of them are real nor when they are projected something is happening to the reality no imagine the amount of thinking, meditation, contemplation, rising above the upadhis, our rishis have achieved that. They could conceive all of that. And they got liberated. And see their love and kindness. That to reveal that to us, to make it easy to us, they gave all that knowledge in the book form. And what punya we might have done from millions of lives, that in this life, we are able to study this. And still, if we have that more bhakti, shraddha, and purify our hearts by detaching from all nonsense, not only listening, but we also will be able to understand what is said, retain it, and see the lakshyartha in that. And therefore, the final thing is, therefore, including this small upadhi, which itself is like a Brahmanda, Ananta Koti Brahmandas are, because of the Samvit means Sankalpa, they're all Kalpit. Like Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa, all that. And they are sustained because of our Sankalpa. And because all of that is Kalpita and Adi Antayukta, we are bound by them because beginning and end themselves are bondage. When one day we realize that I am fed up of this, I am bound by it, then you ask how to get out of the cocooning in which I myself got up, which I myself made. Then there comes the Guru and teaches all this you only initiated and got lost. Don't ask when and where. You just now get out of it by contemplating on the essential self of yourself and the entire cosmos or Brahmanda. That is Tattvam Asi. Realize Aham Brahmasmi. बात खत्म. Slowly we are given the headings. Then we'll go to next level of subheadings. Then every detail in the subheadings we understand as we continue studying the same text many times or many texts one after the other. As the knowledge is becoming clearer and clearer, greater and greater, deeper and deeper, convincing that level, whatever the notions, ignorances were there, with which we were bound or caught up, they get dissolved. That's how the Tattva Jnana and root also. By eliminating the Ajnana and Kalpanas or the Moha, it goes on liberating us. In the final stage of Sarvam Brahma, that is me, realized all shackles gone, all bondages gone, all limitations gone, all sufferings, miseries, persecutions, सब खत्म होता and only in the realization of this self तमेव विदित्वाति मृत्युमेति नान्य पंथा विद्यते अयनाय है ना तुम्हारे कारण मेरे को आपके कारण मुझे इतना नष्ट हो रहा है what nashta swamiji is if you really listen to me and if you all stay at one place and if you have given me the freedom I would have insisted you to do the 1 lakh japa or 5,000 japa of this 2 and 3 line of the morning Upanishad. Tameva viditva timurtyumeti nanya pantha vidyatayana. And because I told you to do as a bondage obligation, I also would have done the japa of these most two crucial mantras or lines. Tameva viditva timurtyumeti nanya pantha vidyateyanaya. Knowing the self alone one transcends all limitations. There is no other way. Because of you, मुझे नुकसान हो. अब क्या करें? Isn't it? चल ठीक है, I will compensate that नुकसान. Whether they are not, I will do my own sadhana. If not 5,000 बार, maybe 5 बार, 10 बार, 20 बार, I will tell to myself. तमेव विदित्वा तिमृत्युमेति नान्य पंथा विद्यते यनाय. Hope you're catching, huh? We're connecting this with the morning class, that only by knowing the truth, freedom from all limitations. Because in the truth, there are no limitations. And every limitation is, though projected on the reality, but if you give reality to it and get lost, you will be limited by those things. And you will really experience those sufferings. देखो हमारा ऐसा मूर्खता है. सच्चा शाश्वत नित्य सुख आनंद देने वाला ब्रह्मा वी नेवर केयर. And that which is continuously kicking us, binding us, limiting with all miseries, that things which are projected on Brahman, we are holding on to them. See that? Yeah, the facts they are. जन्म दे के पाल पोस के बड़ा करके हमेशा हमारा सुख शांति चाहने वाले मदर फादर पुट इन एन आश्रम or in some old age home never cared. And the wife who made you henpeck and kicks you every day and you gulam of her. Example I am telling. देखो how many people do like that. If not all, at least 25%. But in samsara, 100% are doing. The everything giving Brahman, we are neglecting. And this Prakriti, which is making us dance to our no tunes, and we are gulam. Isn't it? है कि नहीं? एग्जाम्पल बुरा लगे आपको, मैं क्या करूं? In like that only, we have neglected the all blissful Brahman and all blisterful world, we are going on behind it. And the most funniest aspect is what? Any number of kicks the Prakriti is giving us, still we have asha for it and still run behind it. Mudamate. And kindness of the realities, even after 10,000 lives, you go to her. That reality, that she never says, Ki, why did you neglect me? I'll not really reveal to you. Get out. No, say, no, anytime you are welcome. Like Sadguru wants, Gurus. If you don't go to their satsang or any Upanishad, they won't get used. After 20 years, you join again. They welcome you. They won't say, क्यों नहीं आए 20 साल से. वो थॉट ही नहीं होता उनको. जैसे देर है दुरुस्त है, देर आए दुरुस्त है. You know, at least now you are able to come listen. Think about it. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll see the further. Rama asks, in the pure consciousness which is homogeneous, there is no concept of above, below, left and right. Then how come there be? Then Vaashishthaji, appreciating Rama, says, you are right. Only for an Ajnani who has not realized the self, therefore projected these things, for him only these concepts of above and below are valid. They are only concepts. Therefore, from the reality standpoint, other than it, there is nothing, therefore there is no Brahmanda, therefore there is no concept of above below. If you are reaching to that, which is a goal, well and good. And for others to guide them to the beyond of all these worlds, all this Varnana is done. That way, having answered the question in 3-4 slokas, in the remaining slokas, Vasishthaji describes the other Brahmandas. एक तो बताया अभी, ऊपर नीचे बाएं दाएं एक जगह है. दूसरा बताया, they are all because of individual or total samvit. You also have to do a lot of homework. I also, along with the thoughts that are said through homework and contemplation. Therefore, what is the understanding? We have to try to know. Then our intellect becomes sharper, subtler it becomes. क्लास में आपको 25% ही दिया जाता है. 25% you have to listen or discuss with others. 25% you have to contemplate by yourself. 25% through practice you know it. That's how the knowledge becomes 100%. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Tatsad Brahma Arpanamastu. All Shri Vashishtha Bhagavan ki Jai. राम भगवान की जय, सरस्वती माता की जय, परब्रह्म भगवान की जय, लीला माता की जय, विश्वामित्रादि भगवान की जय, वाल्मीकि भगवान की. Today we concluded after 528 days संक्षिप्त स्कंद पुराण पारायण. फ्रॉम टुमारो अभी डिसाइड नहीं किया मैंने, सुबह ही होगा. आइदर सुंदर कांडा वाल्मीकि रामायण विल बी चैंटेड डेली दो सर्ग for 34 days till Navaratri start. I don't know when is Navaratra. Or the stotrams which we were chanting around 300 during Sharanavaratri and stopped after that at the reaching of Durga Saptashati. We may resume it. पर 10-10 15 मिनट 2-2 3-3 स्तोत्र आफ्टर द आफ्टरनून उपनिषद क्लास अराउंड 12:30 to 1:30 के बीच में. आई एम जस्ट इन्फॉर्मिंग यू. ऑनलाइन इफ यू कैन नॉट कम you subscribe, and offline also you can spend that time to some time to do those chants. Our idea of this channel is yena kena prakarena harihi paramatma parabrahma smartavya. So Upanishad class we do for remembering Parabrahma. Gita we study for the same thing. Yoga Vaashishtha we do for that. Purana we do for that. The Adi Shankara's Granthas. तो अलग अलग वेराइटी से हम भगवान को टच कर रहे हैं. एक ही वेराइटी से करने का उतना हिम्मत अभी नहीं है हमको, इसलिए. और टू टेस्ट बिकॉज सो मेनी शास्त्रास आर अवेलेबल इन हिंदुइज्म. कल को बिकॉज ऑफ बदकिस्मती कोई ऐसे रिलीजन में पैदा हो गए जहाँ कोई ग्रंथ ही है नहीं है मानो, then at that I'll hate Hinduism, no? So I'll not study that. Better I am now born here, let me study. Who will be born where at what life, who knows? ईश्वर है. अब तो सनातन धर्म में है. We have full faith in our great shastras. Why not taste all of them? I am तो enjoying doing all these classes. अब तो mind settle हो गया. It was settled earlier also, but earlier when it was doing done, it was going on with one type of prompting and speed. Now the mind is settled. It is the Lord's design and desire and our destiny to study these shastras. And the purpose of all shastra studies only one: become more and more clear in the understanding and conviction, stronger in conviction about the truth. Then pursue that alone, then reach. ये महान कृपा हमको इस चैनल के द्वारा भगवान दे रहे. We are receiving it. So welcome for all of that. Let me see which we will do. In my mind, Sundarakanda is there. In my mind, Rubhu Gita is there. In my mind, Sutta Samhita is there. In my mind, we left in between our Bhasha Parayanam, wo bhi hai, and the Stotras. All I want to do, but no energy. Because one Upanishad class only eats away all energy. We are doing two of them, then Gita, then this one. Oh. And what energy I have is I'm not a Maha yogi or Jnani or Bhakta. A useless one small fellow. You're all better. है ना. इट्स अ बिग स्ट्रगल. ईश्वर इच्छा से जो भी गाड़ी घसीटते हुए जा रही है. सो देयरफॉर दो द willingness is there to all of them, whatever is possible that will happen, and with your kind heart as ever participate and make use of it. It's only suggestion. Neither I have the power to command you nor the need to request you. A suggestion. Thank you. Om Shanti 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 Purnamadaha. Now join for our Vakya Vritti. कहाँ गया रे बाबा? Yes.